don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe what has occurred here, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about miracles, folks.
What comes to mind when you think about Eagles-Giants? Bednarik laying out Gifford? The Seahorn interception? OC's 6 sacks? There are hundreds of captivating moments from this rich series. But when we think of the bizarre, thrilling, even back-breaking plays, there are a few that we will never forget. How about Week 12, 1988? The 6-5 Eagles visiting the 7-4 Giants. This was a huge game for division supremacy in the NFC East. And it became a mano-a-mano battle between Randall Cunningham and Phil Simms.
Simms over the middle. It is complete. Robinson, 45, 35, 30, 20 yards, 15. He's in.
Philly would score 3 touchdowns in this game, each one stranger than the last.
Complete first down, Keith Jackson. They fumble.
And the Eagles
recovered by the Eagles for a touchdown.
With the score tied at 17 in overtime, Cunningham would drive down the field to set up the game-winning 30-yard field goal. Sort of.
The kick is blocked. It's blocked.
It's blocked. Free ball. Picked up by the Eagles.
And running in for a touchdown. The Eagles win. The miracle of the Meadowlands 10 years later.
Both teams would finish the '88 season at 10-6, but the Eagles won the NFC East on a tiebreaker due to that very play. Philadelphia would be knocked out of the playoffs in a game you might remember.
I'll tell you what's coming over Soldier Field. It is a fog. A heavy fog now is setting in over Soldier Field.
One consistent thread you'll find in Eagles-Giants is the importance and impact of special teams. Week 3 of the 2017 season was no different, when 2 of the NFL's brightest young stars went at it, in Carson Wentz and Odell Beckham.
What you said?
Back goes Wentz again. He fires, and it is complete for a touchdown.
Yeah!
Zach Ertz.
That's what I'm talking about!
Manning looks left, throws left, the lob for Beckham, who makes a one-handed catch. Did he reel it in? Yes, touchdown!
Let's set the stage for miracle number 2. Trailing by 3 points with 56 seconds to go, Philly trotted out rookie kicker Jake Elliott, who nails a 46-yarder with ease. Now we're tied. A few plays and timeouts later, there's 28 seconds on the clock. That's when Eli Manning and the G-men are stopped short on a 3rd and 15 and punt it back to the Eagles.
Toppling punt into the Giant bench along the far sideline.
Just a shank by Brad Wing. Just a 28-yard punt.
Yeah, that's problematic. Next thing you know, Wentz finds Alshon Jeffrey for 19 yards, and it's the rookie kicker going back out to try a 61-yarder.
The kick is away, and the kick is... It's good! And the Eagles win 61 yards! The longest kick in Eagles history!
The longest miracle in this series came in 2003. Sitting at 2-3, the Eagles needed a win to turn their season around. An injured Donovan McNabb was not the answer on this day.
3rd and 12. Back goes McNabb. Giants get a hold on him, and down he goes. Giants call a timeout, hope to stop the Eagles here and get the ball back. And this pass intercepted.
In a downright ugly game, the Giants held on to a 3-point advantage late in the 4th quarter. That's when Brian Westbrook saved the day.
Jeff Eagles will kick, and you know it'll be a directional kick attempt. Bounces at the 21 and picked up by Westbrook. Westbrook on the return. Here comes Westbrook. He's got a lead. Here comes Westbrook. He gets by. Brian Westbrook going all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. No flags now. And the Eagle bench is going wild.
Why in the world do you punt that football where it can be returned?
Clutch. 84 yards to the house on what was Westbrook's first career punt return touchdown. The Eagles would go on to win 9 straight games, another NFC East crown, and oh yeah, this miraculous play.
Here it is 4th and 26. McNabb is back. He is firing, and it is caught by Freddie Mitchell. Does he have the first down? He does.
Perhaps the most shocking moment in recent Giants-Eagles history came in Philly's first ever trip to the new Meadowlands. Week 15, 2010. First place in the division on the line in an instant classic.
Eli Manning backing up as he lets it go. Flag down. Manning touchdown. Play action from Manning. That works when you have a good run game. And the pass complete. Manningham, he already has one. And now another. Nix on the near side. That's where Manning goes. Manning over the middle. Boss, touchdown.
Trailing 31-10 midway through the fourth quarter, it looked like the division was lost for Philadelphia. But in half a quarter, Michael Vick turned it on, and then some.
Pass to Selleck, a whiff on the tackle by Phillips, and Selleck gets a block and will cruise in for the touchdown. Vick on a quarterback draw, touchdown Philly. Here they come again on a blitz. Pass wide open, caught. Macklin, touchdown!
Okay, so it's 31 all. 14 seconds to go. The Giants are going to punt the ball away and try to win it in overtime, which means punter Matt Dodge has one job to do. Do not kick to Deshaun Jackson.
And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block! Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown, no flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win.
Just like in 1988, both teams would finish 10-6. And just like in 1988, the Eagles win the division and go to the playoffs because of one insane play. Interestingly enough, Philly would lose every game after Jackson's walk-off, including going down to the eventual Super Bowl champs.
Steps, pump fakes, now airs it out, left side into the end zone.
Intercepted! All of these plays were awesome, and there have been great moments in Eagles-Giants history. But the absolute craziest play in the history of this series, without question, came on November 19th, 1978 at Giants Stadium. To this day, it's still one of the biggest blunders in NFL history. Giants quarterback Joe Pisarcik led New York to a 17-12 lead with 20 seconds to go. In those days, teams often ran the clock out, literally, which New York tried to do with future Hall of Famer Larry Zonka. Emphasis on the try.
Under 30 seconds left in the game. From here on in, Pisarcik can just fall on the football and there is nothing the Eagles can do. And Pisarcik fumbles the football. It's picked up by Herman Edwards. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles! I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe what has occurred here, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about miracles, folks. I do not believe this one, but it has happened as the Eagles beat the Giants 19-17 before a shocked crowd at the Meadowlands.
If you ever wondered when taking a knee became standard operating procedure at the end of a game, it wasn't too long after this. And if it wasn't for Herm Edwards' ultimate improbable touchdown, the Eagles would have missed the playoffs again. Instead, they made it for the first time since 1960, which is why it's referred to as the miracle at the Meadowlands. 5 plays, 5 miraculous wins. They are the lifeblood of this historic series.